Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I feel like I haven't filmed in a little while. You guys are kind of keeping up with me on Twitter and Instagram. I kind of mentioned that I've been going through it. It's been a really tough month, honestly. So if I seem a little like off and like a little scrambled, that's why. Honestly, I'm really trying to make myself feel better today and just film because filming makes me happy. So that's what I'm doing today. So I just want to mention, like, if I look a little off or anything, that is why. I'm just really trying to get back into the swing of things. So I actually wanted to just sit down and film a soft glam tutorial because it's been going around lately. It's really trendy right now, and I do soft glam all the time when it comes to clients and brides and stuff like that. As a makeup artist, it's just like the go-to look I do on most people. So I was a little confused why soft glam was trendy right now just because I'm so used to doing it. But I know a lot of people like soft glam. It is a little bit of a hard thing to master. It looks so simple, but it really is not. Like, it takes a lot of blending and detail and just like particular placement of things. So I wanted to do a tutorial with that, and then I got this collection in the mail and I was like, wow, this is perfect. So let's do a 2-for-1. This is the new Colourpop Bare Necessities palette. They're also launching a brush roll as well. I believe these are launching for their Cyber Week. So I think when I'm uploading this, it should already be announced or something. I don't know. This is what the brush roll looks like. I'll show a better picture of it because I used them already. So we have that, and then the Bare Necessities palette, and then this is what the palette looks like once you open it up. It's like your perfect everyday palette, truly. It is like your bare essentials that you need in an everyday palette. Our newest 30 pan palette is an extra. She's a necessity. So this is the same size as the Sewed Jaded palette from Kathleen's collab. So this has 30 shades. It has a mixture of mattes and metallics. There are no pressed glitters in here. I know a lot of you guys will be happy about that. The brush roll is a 16-piece brush collection. It includes your essential brushes, and it's 100% vegan. It's cruelty-free. So there's 11 new brushes, 5 fan favorites, and then the brush roll to hold them all together. But the palette is going to be $30 during Cyber Week, so that's $1 per shade. And then the brush roll is going to be $35, which that's a steal for 16 brushes, you guys. Holy crap. About $2.18 per brush. Plus you also get the brush roll as well. And these are like brushes that you can literally use for your entire face. I used almost every single one for this entire look today. So it's not one of those brush sets where you're like, I'll never use like half of the brushes in here. They are like essential brushes. This is launching on November 28th, which is Thanksgiving. I did this soft glam look today. Since this collection is basically just a palette and some brushes, I thought I would do a full tutorial, but if you guys don't care about the tutorial and just kind of care about my review, I will leave timestamps down below for you guys as well. But I do a full tutorial of this entire look, and this is pretty much the look that I do for my go-to soft glam look. It's perfect for any occasion. Going out, I would wear this anywhere, honestly. I could be going to the market, or I could be going to an event or something. So I do have my code with Colourpop. You guys know already. It is just Katrina. I will leave that on the screen for you guys. Since this is launching during Cyber Week, I am not sure if you guys will be able to use my code on it, but I will leave it here just in case because you never know. And I believe the price after Cyber Week is going to go up on the palette, and maybe the brush set too. I don't know if the brush set is just like a Cyber Week exclusive. I'm kind of up in the air right now because I haven't heard. They were kind of just like, here's this collection. So, but yeah, I do know for sure that the price of the palette will go up after Cyber Week. But if you guys are interested in how to get this soft glam look, and then just to hear my thoughts and, you know, everything on this collection, then just keep watching. So when I start off like a nice soft glam look, I really like to focus on the skin. So I'm using the 4th Ray Coconut Face Milk just because this is the closest one to me, but I use all of them. Some of the Ole Hendrickson Banana Bright Eye Cream just because I haven't been sleeping the last couple days, so my under eyes are a little tired. And that's just going to kind of brighten underneath the eyes and just kind of prep for concealer and stuff. Like real in-depth here of like how I do like soft glam, like what I do on my clients pretty much. I use the Colourpop brushes. I feel like I can probably do my entire face with all the brushes, which is really nice. I like that in a brush set. More like those brush sets that like there's always brushes that like you're not going to use. But like all of these are very like useful brushes that you could use for your entire face. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the palette. This is the Bare Necessities palette. To start off with this brush, which is the E15. I already have my eyes primed. Start off with the shade Tease Me. This shade. Using this as my first transition shade. I'm doing this really lightly. I like to really build up the shade since this is going to be like a really soft look. I am going to take like a couple different shades that probably look almost similar, but just having like different transition shades really gives some depth to a soft look. I'm focusing this a little bit higher up towards the brow bone too, because I want my eye to look a little bit bigger. So I'm going to probably bring up my crease a little bit higher today. After I have that color down, I'm going to go in to the shade Hustler, which is this shade. It's almost the same color. This one has like a little bit of shimmer in it, but I don't see it once I kind of like blended it out. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this one and just kind of dust this into the crease. A little bit of a smaller fluffy brush. This is the E16. I'm going to take the shade Complicated. This shade right here. Again, this is one of those shades that has a little bit of glitter in it, but I feel like once you blend it out, it kind of goes away. So I'm going to focus this on the outer corner and then bringing that into the crease. And what I've been seeing a lot of people doing with like the soft glam looks is, it's not something that I do all the time, but I actually really like how it looks. So they kind of bring it like almost to their nose shadow bridge up here and then kind of connect it to their nose contour, which I do sometimes, but it's not something that I do a lot, but I think I might do that today. I'm taking a little bit at a time. I don't want this to be too harsh. So I'm bringing that up to like my nose, where I would start my nose contour, kind of like right here. And bringing that like that. And then I am going to blend that shade out with whatever was left on the brush from before. And I'm just taking a little bit more of that shade to kind of build that up. I'm going to take the shade All For You, which is this shade over here. It's a little bit deeper, not too deep though. And again, focusing this on the outer corner. And now we're kind of deepening up the crease a little bit. Bringing that a little bit higher. My natural crease is like here. I'm bringing it like right above that. So you just want to keep everything really nice and soft and blended. You don't want any harsh lines. No harsh colors, honestly. It's just very soft. And again, I'm just kind of bringing that up above my normal like crease. And everything out with the brush that I used originally, the E15. I think the last color I might use is Taboo, which is this shade. I'm taking this with a smaller brush. This is the E19. Dusting a lot of it off, and I'm going to just slowly deepen up this outer corner. Very, very, very softly. I am taking this into the crease like maybe halfway, like up right here. And I'm stopping like where my pupil starts. Kind of gives the eye some depth, and I'm going to blend that out with whatever was left from the E16 brush we used, blend everything out with the E15. Take a little bit more, and I'm going to take a little bit of All For You and take this a little bit onto the lid, about halfway. I'm taking a little bit of the shade Tabloid, this shade right here, Nutty Brown. I'm taking this with the E17, and I'm kind of just going over everything on the outer corner with this to add a little bit more warmth. I don't want it too warm though, but I felt like the other one was like a little too neutral cool toned. So I want to add a little bit of warmth here. And going back with that E15 again to blend everything out. I'm taking the E3, this is like a flat brush, and I'm taking the shade Full Expose, which is a cream colored eyeshadow. And I'm just going to start packing this on the lid. And I'm bringing it a little bit higher than my actual lid, like here. It's actually a really nice cream colored shadow. It's actually pretty pigmented. It's kind of almost like we're doing a cut crease, but not really. And I'm also bringing this into the inner tear duct area, like so. Following the shape of your like eye socket. Go back with the E16. Kind of blend everything together. You don't want like a really harsh line, but you want kind of like that definition of the inner part of the eye. I'm just kind of redefining this area up here also softens up that line from the cream colored shadow. Once I have that down, you can just see it looks really soft, but it also kind of defines the eye. Also kind of makes the eye look a little bit bigger as well. I'm going to take some of Idle Hour, which is the first shade in the palette, a little bit on my hand and kind of tapping some off on the back of it. And then I'm just going to place that right over where we put the cream colored shadow. I want like a super intense metallic lid. I just kind of want the sparkle from there and a little bit of like that shine, but not too much. So I just want like a little hint of sparkle. It's like super subtle. You honestly probably can't even see it on camera, but it's noticeable in person. Also just keep this look matte as well. I think it looks so pretty just matte. Take the shade Velveteen. It's this bottom shade over here. And with the angled brush in here, the E6, do like a really nice soft liner over here. I'm just doing a really thin line. This, like an angled brush, really just does the work for you. And a little bit of Taboo from earlier right at the lash line to kind of deepen that up. This is the eye look, and you would think that this would be like a super easy look, but it does take a lot of blending and just precision of where exactly you want the shadows. But this is definitely like my go-to soft glam. When I do what I do on clients when they ask for like something soft, this is what I usually do. So it looks better once the rest of my face is on, so, and like lashes. So I'm gonna go ahead, I might speed through like my foundation and concealer and stuff just because it's not anything crazy or special. I will show you guys what I'm using though. So I'm using the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Primer. For foundation, I'm using the Lancome Tawny Dual Foundation. I'm in the shade 250 Bisque Warm. For concealer, I'm using the Kylie Cosmetics Concealer in the shade Bone. Just kind of fast forward through this, but I just wanted to let you guys know what I was using, so. Okay, so I just went ahead and did my base. I also set my under eyes with the Laura Mercier. I'm like holding up the lid, like if you know what that is. The Laura Mercier translucent powder. That's what the eyes kind of look. You can kind of see it better now with like foundation and stuff on, but it is still really soft and light, and that's exactly what I wanted. Contour, I just used the Kylie Cosmetics Toasty Bronzer because it is a little bit more on the cooler side. And I'm just using a Makeup Shack T20 brush for this. That's what I love. And I'm just focusing this like on in the hollows. So I see a lot of people do their bronzer and I feel like they take it a little too low. Like if you like suck in your cheeks and you see like this line, I feel like they literally take it like underneath that, and it makes your cheekbones, like it does the opposite effect, you know? So what I do is I like to take it right like above my hollow, like right here. I take it a little bit above, and that just lifts your face up. So you see how this just really lifted up my cheekbone, whereas this one doesn't really have much definition. I'm gonna take some bronzer though. I'm taking the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Sunkissed. I'm gonna use this big brush in the brush set. This is the F18, and this I'm just gonna warm up the face with. So I'm gonna take that kind of over where we put that. Ooh, this brush is really soft. With this, I really like to bronze up the skin with this kind of look. Take some on the forehead, the temples, more on the cheek. I'll kind of start using the bronzer as like a blush, like that. For blush, I'm actually going to go in with a matte blush because I really want to keep the face matte and then just kind of glow in the areas that I want to glow. So I'm taking the Colourpop Fresh and Peachy blush. This was part of the Peach collection. And for this, I'm taking the Colourpop F21 brush, and I'm just taking a little bit and just putting this on the apples and then bringing this back. This brush in here, the F20, that would be really good. It's really soft and like very not dense, like it's very flexible. This would be really good to kind of contour with as well. Contour my nose really quick. There is not a brush in here. I have a very specific brush for this. I use the Morphe M514 for this. And I'm going to contour my nose, but I'm also going to connect that to the shadow that we put kind of in this area earlier and just bring that down into the nose contour. Like that. I'm also kind of bringing the contour up there too, just so everything's nice and blended. Gives the illusion that obviously your nose is more snatched, but that your kind of eyes are a little bit more open and have a little bit more lid space. From here, I just bake the sides of my nose. You guys know I do this all the time. I use a little Colourpop sponge for this. Okay, so I just went ahead and baked. I baked the sides of my nose and then underneath my contour. I feel like baking is such an essential part of my makeup routine because it really brings out the highlights of the face and then makes the contours look a lot more, not so much harsh, but it really emphasizes the contours, which that's what you want when you are contouring your face. I just feel like it really just brings out the highlights and contours. I'm baking. I just put some brow gel on. I always use the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter, and this also just really brushes all the brow hairs up, and it really kind of lifts your eyebrows as well. Go ahead and do the lower lash line. I'm taking a little bit of Tabloid with that little E19, and I'm just gonna really, I think I'm just going to put this shade on the lower lash line, honestly. Kind of emphasize the lower lash line like that. I'm not doing anything crazy. Taking this little E20, this is like the perfect little brush. I actually use a brush like this all the time to do my inner corner and nose highlight. It's the Makeup Shack T58. So I'm really happy there's a brush like this in here. I'm taking some more of Idle Hour, and I'm just going to pop that on the inner corner. Not too intense like I always like to do, but I just want a little shimmer there. The only thing this brush set doesn't have is a highlight brush. So that's what I would wish that there was one in here, but my Melt Morningstar highlighter. And I'm just going to focus this. I don't think I want to put any on my cheeks. I think I just want to put some right here on the tops of my cheekbone. I usually kind of take it onto my actual apples of my cheek, but I don't think I'm going to do that today. So I'm just focusing it right here. I take some right here and I bring it along my temple and then onto the cheekbone, and that way when you are taking pictures and stuff, it really just gives you that like highlight in that C shape, and it looks really pretty. To take my blush brush and kind of blend everything together. I'm also taking that highlight down the center of my nose. And when I highlight my nose, I take it down the center and then I stop right here, and then I just take a little bit on the tip of my nose, and this kind of gives you that button nose effect, which that's what I love. Go ahead and put on some mascara and my lashes, and then I'll come back and we'll do the lips. I went ahead and applied some lashes. These are the Anastasia Fashion lashes. I've been really liking these ones, and I just wanted something a little bit that would elongate my eye to kind of go with the whole shape of the eyeshadow we did. But still like not cover up the eyeshadow too much. On 2 lips, so I feel like I had to do my favorite lip combo for this because I feel like it's just the perfect nude lip combo. The BFF3 lip liner from Colourpop, and then the Colourpop and Shayla Slow Down liquid lip. I also might add some gloss on top of this too, but I'm just taking this lip liner first. And I am going to kind of blend it out too. I don't want it too harsh. Just a little bit of lip liner, and then I'm going to take the Slow Down liquid lip. And then I'm going to take some of the Alamar Cosmetics Dulce lip gloss, and I'm going to just take a little bit of that on top. And then from here you can see if you want to add a little bit more eyeshadow to kind of deepen it up, a little bit of Tabloid, because I liked that shade a lot. I'm just going to bring this up like that. I think I might add a little bit of Colourpop Are We Done Ultra Glossy Lip on top of this. It's a little bit darker. Yes, that's what I wanted. I wanted something a little bit more warmer. I felt like the other one was a little too like peachy almost, so this is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. So this is the finished look, just this really pretty soft glam look. These soft glam looks have been like super trendy lately, so I really wanted to show you guys how I do a lot of my soft glam looks. Not so much on myself, I don't really do this too often, but I do this on a lot of clients, brides, stuff like that. So this is what I will usually do, and I love how it came out. I think that this like palette is perfect because this whole soft glam thing is super trendy right now. They launched this at like the perfect time. I do think that this palette is really nice. If you are someone that likes neutrals and you wear them often, this is a really good palette. There's like literally every color in here that you'll need. Perfect amount of shimmers and mattes, and just you can create a lot of different looks with this. Like honestly, there's so many different looks from like super neutral, very basic looks to smoky, darker looks. It literally has everything that you need. Just like I said with the coconut collection, this one doesn't lean too much on the warm side either. It's not too warm, but there are some warm eyeshadows in here, and they all do look, they look similar. Obviously when you have it up like this, it's like, okay, a bunch of nude eyeshadows, but they're all very different. Like it's like a perfect essential palette. I've gone out of my way to buy this? Probably not. I might have bought this for my kit, honestly, because like I said with the coconut collection, it's like that perfect palette. And this one, even though it has a lot of shadows, it's not too big. This would still fit in my kit without being like too much. It doesn't take too much room in your kit or anything like that, or even if you're not a makeup artist, it doesn't take too much room in your collection. So it is like a nice size. It's the same size as the Kathleen So Jaded palette, so it's not too big if you guys are familiar with that one. Still a good size to travel with. I think I would definitely take this with me to travel if I am going to travel anywhere, just because I can create so many different looks with it. There are no pressed glitters in this palette either, which I know a lot of you guys will be happy about. This truly is like the perfect Bare Necessities palette. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful palette. I can't get over how many looks I have in my head, like just looking at this, because you can literally create so much stuff. There are some more like reddish tones in here, like a couple of those where you can do a little bit more of like a warm reddish look. Like, there are some more like purpley tones, just browns, warm browns, neutral browns, cool tone browns, shimmers. And same for the brush set. It truly is one of those brush sets that you can use every single brush for your entire face. I would use every single brush from this set on my face today to create this entire look, so I love that in a brush set. I hate when brush sets only have like a couple brushes that you know you'll use and just like a couple other ones that are like, okay, I'm never going to use those for anything. Whereas this one has like true essential brushes, fluffy brushes, face brushes, blush brushes, contour brushes, liner brushes, there's a lip brush in here. Like it literally has everything, and I think it's really nice. And I love that it comes in the little brush set, actual like, what is this, like reptile skin, snake skin, I don't know, thing on it is so pretty. It makes this palette look expensive. Yeah, overall I do like this collection. A lot of people will probably gravitate towards this because it is something that you can use for every single day, and you literally can create probably an endless amount of looks with this palette. It's insane. I really like it. The price of it is just unmatched. Like, I think it's so good. Guys, I hope that you guys liked this video. If you guys did like this video, then make sure to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps me a lot with my videos if you guys give it a thumbs up. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.